Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Guys, we're going to continue the Foothills Sexual Chocolate Bourbon Barrel Age. We did the 2010 regular version, we did the 2011 barrel age version. This is the 2012 barrel age version. $25 bottle of beer here. And I told you the story on the 2011 edition, what we had to go through to get it, and how much it cost for the trip and the dinner and all that stuff. I'm not going to go back over it. If you didn't see it, go back and watch that video. Not a cheap bottle of beer to buy, but a very tasty beer. People stand in line for hours to get their hands on this beer when they release it. I think they release it at Valentine's Day or somewhere around that area every year. This is, like I said, a 2012 edition, 9.75%, 85 IBUs. And the commercial description is exactly the same as what we read on the barrel aged cocoa infused Imperial Stout. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be pretty close to the 2011 edition, and the 2013 and 2014 that I have are going to be very, very similar. They're brewing the exact same beer, the exact same way, exact same ABV and everything. So we've got the vintage, we got the ABV, we got the IBUs, 22 ounce bomber. Like I said, this is a very tasty beer. People stand in line for hours to get it. A little hiss, a little bit of smoke. We're going to go straight down the center on this. Foothills is in North Carolina. So you guys that may want to make the venture down there, they have a very, very nice facility now that they have built. Not much of a head, even going straight down the center. Very good looking beer. Pitch black, guys. To the nose we go. Roasted malt, slight hint of bourbon, caramel, toffee, black molasses. Might be some dark fruit in there once it warms up. It's cold right out of the fridge, so let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Very tasty, guys. Very, very tasty beer. They age these beers for 4 months in the bourbon barrels. Super tasty beer, guys. It is very, very pleasant beer to drink. Alcohol is well hidden. There are bigger bourbon barrel versions or more bourbon tasting beers out there. If you're looking for that off-the-chain bourbon, this does not have it. And there are better chocolate beers out there. If you're looking for that big chocolate notes, this beer does not have it. It seems to be a balance between all of those. Nothing off the chain here, guys, as far as bourbon or chocolate or anything. Everything's kind of on par and pretty even with itself. So, very tasty beer, just like the 2011 edition that we did the other day. So let me sip on this and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping up for quite a while now. Very tasty beer, guys. A little pricey. People have to stand in line for hours on end to get their hands on it. This is a 2012 edition. It is no longer brewed unless you have one. You're probably not going to be able to try it. Very sought after beer. This is pretty much identical to the 2011, and I'm pretty sure the 13 and the 14 are going to be pretty much the same thing, but we're going to review them. Final chug. Now that's warmed up to room temperature. I've been sipping on this one, guys, for an hour and a half. It is definitely room temperature. I'm getting some coconut and some vanilla now that it's warmed up. It's a very tasty beer, guys. Very, very tasty beer. But if you're expecting bourbon notes off the chain, not so much. And if you're expecting chocolate off the chain, not so much. Pretty balanced beer for a barrel-aged beer. So, very delicious, guys. In my opinion, it's an A beer. I'm gonna give it. I could give it anything, guys. I could give it 95. I could give it 100. I could. But I would like to see a little bit bigger bourbon notes than what I'm getting, but they probably didn't want it to have an overpowering bourbon note to it. And I would like to see a little more chocolate in it, but they may not have wanted chocolate overpowering everything else. To me, guys, it's an A beer. I'm going to give it a 98. So, over to Beer Advocate. They have them all clumped together no matter what year or batch it is. They even have this at 9.6%, which it is not. And they have it at 97. Pretty close on that score. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.35. That's in their A range, not A plus or anything. So it all depends on what you like to drink and how much bourbon note you want in your bourbon barrel beers and how much chocolate, since it's got sexual chocolate in big labels here. But it is a very tasty, very enjoyable beer, a very pricey beer, and I enjoyed it. So we got a couple more left to do, different batches, different years, and we're going to get to those. So if you've had the 2012 edition of the Foothills Brewing Sexual Chocolate Bourbon Barrel Aged, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.